All right. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. We are on the very last day of writing week. And the wonderful thing about this writing week is that it's over. So we don't have any essays tonight, which we absolutely deserve, completely and entirely deserve. So we are going to start talking about week 30 and kind of transitioning going forward. So if you can access EDSB right now, I would. I posted your daily instructional guide on EDSB. So if you can pull it up, I would. If you can't, I'm going to show it to you here in a few seconds. So you can just take a photo off my screen, or when you eventually get there later today, you can totally check. Just a friendly reminder, you have no homework tonight. So go live your best life. Go watch Tiger King, whatever you people are doing. And enjoy your day. So you don't have a vocab quiz. You have nothing due to me today, which is pretty damn exciting, except you did have an essay due by 9 a.m. So that should already be in my drop-off box. I hope that you've seen that I've been putting grades in. Yes. So I went through 207 emails yesterday. 207 emails. Do you know what I've never had before? 207 emails before. So that was a lot, but I'm glad we're done with that. So LEQ was due by 9 a.m. this morning in my email. You have no essays tonight, and you have no vocab due today. So you are free and clear as soon as this meeting is over for the rest of the day. You have nothing else to do for me. That sounds pretty damn good. Can we agree? Perfect. All right. So if you were able to access EDSB, you would have seen that I did post this. If you couldn't open it, you can totally take a photo of it now. Not a big deal. So this is your week 2 review. We are actually going to start reviewing in your Barron's book today, which is super exciting. So today is Wednesday. Obviously, Wednesday is week 29. This is week 30. So tomorrow, this is when this officially starts. As you can see, tomorrow is Thursday. You have a week 5 vocab. And tomorrow in our Zoom meeting, we're covering religions. Friday, you have week 6 vocab. We're covering major civilizations from 1200 to 1450. Monday, you have week 7 vocab, major people. On Tuesday, we have week 8. And we're going to kind of go over any questions you have from this entire period, kind of do an overall look. And then Wednesday, you are going to turn in your Barron's book via video, and you have an EDSB test, which you will have all day to take. Not like all day. Like, it's not like you can open it at 8 a.m. and then submit it at 8 p.m. That's not how that's going to work. But it will be open at 12:01, and you have till 11:59 p.m. at night to finish it. So what we're really going to talk about today is the Barron's book. We are going to talk about what that actually means, how to do it, all of those different types of components. So everyone should have their Barron's book. I'm not even going to ask you to show it to me because I don't want to be heartbroken because you haven't been listening to me for the months that I've been telling you. So don't feel like you have to show me, but if you'd like to show me, it would warm my heart. Oh, yay, yay. And I appreciate the some of you who aren't showing me because I don't want to be heartbroken. Jeanette, I see you. Oh, okay, I see it. I see you, I see you, I see you. So that is what we're doing today, is kind of going over exactly what is the Barron's book, how it's done, and what it should look like. So everyone's clear on what the expectation is for tonight, that you have no homework. Everyone is clear that writing week is essentially done, right? Everyone's good with that? Or do we need an essay? I can come up with an essay if we need one. No? Okay. I didn't think so. So if we look back on the sheet that if we just look back on that document, you're going to see that this week you are responsible for pages 49 to 134. So if you want to open your Barron's book to page 49 to 134, I will meet you there. All right. So everyone should have their Barron's book open to page 49. As you can see, I have mine open. Now, in order to complete the Barron's book, you need to have a pen. I prefer a pen. I really, really do, because seeing pencil is just not feasible, really. So if you have a pen, that is the best. I know some of you are like hardcore pencil users, and like, I fundamentally disagree with who you are as a person if that's your favorite writing utensil, but it's easier to see a pen. So if you could, I'd really appreciate it. The other thing is that I'd really, really like you to use a highlighter. Now, if we were at school, I have about 400 of them, no joke, sitting in my cabinet that I give every single kid. And I have them sitting in the front of my room, and you have free and total access to highlighters every single day. So when you run out of a highlighter, I have essentially hundreds of them that I give you. I collect them so I can give them to you for Barron's book. But I don't know if you noticed, we're not really together. Have you noticed that? You know, since I'm sitting in my nursery and, you know, you're sitting in God knows where. So with that being said, if you have a highlighter, fantastic. Fantastic. It'll make your life easier. If you don't have a highlighter, I am perfectly fine with you using crayons, colored pencils, whatever you got. Now, if you have none of these things and the only thing you can do is underline, I'm okay with that. I don't like it, I don't prefer it, and I don't want it, but in times of the age of Corona, there's nothing we can do about it. So if I would suggest highlighter. It's easier, you can see things better. Color pencil and crayon is the second best option. And third option is underlining. And underlining gets really messy. Just take it from about 9 years of experience of dealing with Barron's books. It gets a little messy. So if you can avoid underlining, that would be the best. But if that's the only thing you can do, then I'm going to accept it. It's the age of Corona. I don't have a choice. All right. So what is going to happen as we go through is you're responsible from pages 49 to page 137, which is way over here. That is what you're responsible for, essentially to Unit 2. So you are responsible for all of these pages. Now, you will notice that during this entire week, starting today, you have no homework except your Barron's book and your vocab. That's it. That's it. Your entire homework is Barron's book and vocab quizzes. That's it. Your entire focus are these pages, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm expecting and what is actually going to be due here in a second. But I just want to make sure that we are explicitly clear that your entire responsibility for the entire week, which is due Wednesday, so a week from today, is this Barron's book and your vocab quizzes. So for every week that we're doing a Barron's book, so we have a Barron's book this week. Next week, week 31, we're back to writing week, which will be the last writing week of your life. Isn't that exciting? You've one more to go, and then you're done. And then we're just doing Barron's book until the end, okay? During a Barron's book week, you have 6 grades. Sorry, I'm holding my spot on the page. You have 6 grades. You have 4 vocab quizzes, which if you look at that sheet of paper that I posted on Edsby, it tells you what those 4 quizzes are. You have your Barron's book grade, which is 100. Actually, I'll write this out to make sure everyone is clear so we have no confusion. So, grades during Barron's book weeks. Okay, so you have 4 vocab quizzes, which come out to 40 points apiece. Grand total, of course, 40 points, grand total. You have your Barron's book, which is worth 150 points. 150 points. 150 points. You will not pass AP World without doing your Barron's book. You can't. You can't, because it's worth so many damn points. I know this for a fact. I've seen kids test the system. It doesn't work out for them. Don't be the person who tries to not do the Barron's book. It's not going to work out for you. So you have 4 vocab quizzes for 40 points. You have Barron's book for 150 points. And then you have a test every Wednesday. And it is 35 questions. Okay, so these are your only 3 assignments for the week, the whole week. Every time we're in a Barron's book, that's it. You have 4 vocab quizzes, which is a grand total of 40 points. You have your Barron's book, which is worth 150 points. Why is it worth so much? Because it's going to suck. You're not going to enjoy it. So if you're not going to enjoy it, we might as well make it lots of points. Can we agree? Doesn't that make logical sense? I have to entice you to do it. Yes? Hello? Are we alive? We're alive out there? All right. I see you, Katarina. Then you on Wednesday, you have a test, and it is 35 questions. Now, this test is all AP questions. It is all stimulus. Okay, and right now, next Wednesday, you have 1 hour to take it. So, which is open from 12:01 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday. So you can take it anytime in that window. However, what do you got, Sterling?
Is that time gonna go down?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, but it's your first, hopefully, successful test. So that's why I'm giving you an hour to do it. The slowest it's going to go is to 35 minutes, but I'm probably going to get you down to about 40, and that's about it, just because it's a digital test and all that stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So we're not going to go as hardcore. And keep in mind, with the multiple choice, we don't have to really push as hard as we do in the multiple choice because you're not taking a multiple choice test. Can we agree? Hello? So because of that, I'm going to cut it down from an hour because I don't want you to have that much free time with the test. Does that make sense? I know it only takes a second for you to take a photo of something and then send it to all of your friends. I'm aware of who you are as people, and I mean all of you, not just you, Sterling. But I am going to cut back the time, but I'm not going to go as hardcore because we don't need to be as hardcore because you're not going to have multiple choice questions on your test. Does that make sense? So, and it's a digital test, so things aren't exactly as fluid and as smooth as it would be in the classroom. So I'm probably only, really realistically, I'll probably cut it down to 45 minutes. And I think 45 minutes is fair, don't we think? Especially since we don't have to work on timing. No, we don't care. We have no thoughts on this. Hello? All right. Yes, my darling.
So the Barron's book, all of the pages that you assigned is due on Wednesday?
Yes, Wednesday by midnight.
Okay, and are we just supposed to send a picture?
No, you're not sending pictures. That would just be the worst. Can we agree? That would just be too much. You're going to send a video. And I'm going to teach you how to do that in a little bit later in the week because today I have AP Psych turning it in for the first time. So I'm going to see how that's going, and then I'll probably make adjustments for you guys. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
Because I've never done a video before, and so I don't know how well it's going to work. So I'm going to let them test that out for me. And then I'll tell you exactly how I want it submitted. I think probably via my Instagram would be easier because I don't think Edsby can handle the videos coming in like that. So, but I'll teach you how to do that. But it's going to be via video by midnight on Wednesday. So we'll kind of go through there. Now, I haven't taught you exactly what I want in your Barron's book, but that's when it's going to be due. It's going to be due by midnight on Wednesday via video. You have a test, which is due by midnight of Wednesday. It's all AP questions. You'll have an hour. The most I'll cut it down to is 45 minutes. But we need to have a successful test before I can start cutting back time because, the first test we tried was an epic failure. So we will figure the timing out as soon as we have a successful test. Won't that be an accomplishment? So with that being said, you'll have 1 hour on this coming Wednesday to complete the test. 35 questions, and it's all AP. It's the same type of format. You'll see a picture of an actual test. So you'll see a picture of an actual test. You'll download it, and it'll have question number 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on a separate sheet of paper, which is what I suggest and what has worked out well for AP, you'll write 1, the answer is A, 2, the answer is B. And then when you click back into the test, question number 1, you'll just click A, B, C, D, or E, and you'll just click the correct answer as you go. And of course, my computer is not working this morning. Let me try. Yes, ma'am. So that's kind of one of the big issues I'm still having with EDSB is that right now it's only worth 35 points because there's 35 questions. So I have called in to all the EDSB experts to help me shift it from 35 to 70 points. So to make every question worth 2 points essentially, which is how much it's valued in class. So with that being said, right now it's only worth 35 points. So I'm trying to figure it out, but no one can tell me how that works, which is, incredibly annoying. But there are some of my peers who can't figure out how to post a message on EDSB. So they have bigger problems than me trying to shift my weighting. So, I am currently trying to deal with that. So right now it's only worth 35, but I am trying to bump up that weighting. But by multiplying it times 2 doesn't seem to work either. I'm trying to work it out. Thank you for asking, Katarina. Does that help? So yeah, we will talk about what the actual test looks like as we get closer. So you'll download a picture of the actual test that I would have given you in class. On your own sheet of paper, you would write down your answers, and then when you get back into the actual test, then you would bubble in the correct answers that correlate. But I'll give you a tutorial. We'll do a tutorial Wednesday morning just to make sure everyone is totally prepared to do it. So we'll do a tutorial on the actual test on Wednesday morning because I don't want you to go into the test and not knowing exactly what to expect. So we'll do a tutorial Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. on my Zoom video so you can kind of see how everything goes so there's no surprises on the test because that's not what I want. I want to know what you actually know, and I'm not trying to trick you with weird formatting and stuff like that. Does that sound good? So I'm just trying to lay out as much information so you guys know exactly what to expect. So for Barron's Book Week, which is this week, you have 4 vocab quizzes for a grand total of 40 points. You have a Barron's book that is due on Wednesday by midnight via video, which I'll show you exactly how I want it as soon as I figure out how AP Psych is doing it, for 150 points. On Wednesday, you have a test. It's 35 questions. It's all AP questions. It's all stimulus-based. You'll have 1 hour to complete it, and you can complete it anytime between 12:01 a.m. and 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday. Eventually, it'll be cut down to 45 minutes, but we'll see how that goes. So, is everyone clear on what the expectations are for a writing week? Not a writing week. No, we're done with writing week. Oh, God, we're done. Is everyone good on Barron's Book Week expectations? Everyone's clear? Sure, what up, Cadence?
You're probably going to cover this in a minute, but I was just wondering, so I could write it down, what are we going to be talking about in class?
That is wonderful, my darling. I actually already have it submitted to you. You actually already have these answers. If you go to the document that I posted this morning on Edsby, which I'm pulling up right now, I'm doing these. So every single week in your instructional guide for the week, and your instruction directions, it tells you exactly what we're covering. So tomorrow in class, I'm doing religions, which is a major part of your test coming up. On Friday, I'm doing the major civilizations that existed between 1200 to 1450. On Monday, I'm covering your major people as a nice little refresh. On Tuesday, I'm doing kind of a review for the whole thing. Any questions, any big picture. For instance, yesterday was obviously Tuesday. AP Psych is in their Barron's book. Today, they're taking their first Barron's book test. We had a 20-minute Zoom meeting. They didn't really have any questions on the content. And so Tuesdays are going to be a little bit more flexible, and you guys tell me what you need. If we were in class, we would do whiteboards, but we're not in class. So I would ask you a ton of questions and stuff like that. But yeah. And then day 5, of course, is your Barron's book. So you have no quizzes. You're going to submit your Barron's book, and then you're going to take a test. So everything's right there. Isn't that nice, Cadence? So no problem. So now, one thing I also want to point out, since I'm here again, I want to point out that all the content from this week is stuff I've already taught you. Obviously, we're in review. And it's all of your content from week 1 to week 11. Every single week on your instructional directions, I will push and publish what weeks I'm actually covering. So if you have all of your binder from first semester, which you obviously should, why would you throw that away? You should be looking at your content from week 1 through week 11. Like, as I'm teaching, and tomorrow you'll really see, I'm going to have you open specific weeks so we can talk about specific content and your focus and your pieces from those specific weeks. So we're going to be using all the resources that we've already done in class to prepare us for the actual test on Wednesday. So we're not sitting here taking notes, ladies and gentlemen. Like, we're not doing notes in class. Like, tomorrow when we're talking about religions, I'm going to have you open up all of your notes that you've already taken in my class and maybe highlight and make a couple of notes on things. That's it. Like, we're not doing anything crazy here. Like, we've already done the work, so we're just going to look at the work, and that's the biggest thing. Okay? Everyone okay? So I would call Plant and see if they'll let you in. I've gotten a couple people who have emailed me and said they don't have their notebook because it's trapped at school. I've had a couple kids who've gotten some success. I've had some kids who have been rejected. I would call Plant. I would not show up to Plant and ask if you have access to your locker. And see if you can get in. It depends on where it is by the day, because our custodians apparently at Plant are going hallway by hallway, completely disinfecting the entire building. So I would absolutely try getting your notebook and all of the stuff that you have for AP World. I would absolutely. We've worked incredibly hard on it, and I would stress that. However, let's be realistic. We're not living in a normal time. So if you can't get it, we'll try making it work. But I would call and I would ask if you have access to it. I will tell you, even as a teacher, I don't have free access to my classroom. I don't. I can't go in unless I have written approval from Mr. Bush to go into my classroom. So I have to call ahead to get onto campus. So it's not like the teachers are being mean to you. We don't even have access to your room, to our rooms. So I would call ahead and ask if you can get in there, because, there are people on campus. I just don't know how much more. I'm so sorry, Haley. I'm so sorry. So, all right. So everyone is clear on exactly what is due during a Barron's book week, correct? Everyone's clear explicitly. We know exactly what is happening. We understand the importance of our instructional directions for the week. Yes? Okay. You should have those. If you have a printer, that would be great to have printed, or have it as have it out and ready so you can see exactly what is due every single day. You need to make sure you're holding on to that. I wanted to simplify instruction as much as I possibly could for you, so please make sure you have that. All right. So let's talk about these Barron's books and figure out exactly what is actually needed to earn those 150 points. Keep in mind, the only thing you're really doing at home for homework all week is your Barron's book. That's it. I mean, yes, you have vocab quizzes, but like, I mean, if you're stressed out about vocab quizzes, like, I don't know what to do for you. This is the only real assignment you have. Now, with that being said, if it's the only real assignment you have, do you think it's really easy or probably pretty hard? Yeah. Welcome to AP World, friends. Yeah. So if it's worth this many points, it's probably not going to be your favorite thing to do. However, I will tell you, it will absolutely benefit you in the long term. I will tell you, I have kids who are not, who I had for AP World, who are in other people's AP Psych classes, and I will tell you right now, they're doing Barron's books because of how helpful they are. So this is a skill that you will be able to use in other classes. It will transcend AP World. It is super helpful. This is what good students do, and I am simply teaching you a skill that you need to have. And this is something you can use in college. You can use for all of your future AP courses. It's just not very fun. But think of all the time you have now. Isn't that exciting? No? Okay. Well, I didn't think so either. All right. So what are you actually responsible for? So you are responsible for pages 49 to 137. So we're going to start on page 49. I am going to model what I want on the first page. Then you're going to replicate it all the way to page 137, which is what the end of this unit is. Your test on Wednesday is covering everything from this time period. It's actually to 134, which is nice. So you're welcome. I already cut off a couple pages for you. You're welcome. Your test is on Unit 0 and Unit 1, which is 1200 to 1450. Okay, so I have a highlighter, so I'm going to use a highlighter. If you don't have a highlighter, remember, you are more than welcome to use crayons or color pencils. That's what I would suggest second. If you don't have them, yes, you can underline. I'm telling you right now, your life will be harder if you underline. Like, it really will be harder for you. As someone who does this in every AP course, I know a thing or two. Your life will be harder if you underline. I promise. All right. Yes, my darling.
Are we on 139 or 149?
What do you mean?
Like, which page are we starting on?
You're starting on page 49.
Oh, okay. Are you just modeling on
Yeah, I'm modeling on page 1.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to start page 1 with you, and then you guys are going to go from there. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, because like if you look at your instructional guide, which I'm going to pull up here in a second. If you look at your instructional guide, I always have the pages. So you will see that you are responsible for pages 49 to 130. Oh, it's 134. I did have it correct. Okay, perfect. So you're responsible for pages 49 to 134. So with that being said, I'm going to start on page 49 for now and show you. So you're just following what I'm doing in your Barron's book. Okay, so what you are going to do is you are going to highlight the most important content, underline, whatever. I'd hope you don't underline because I'm serious. It's just going to make your life harder. Highlight or underline the most important content, and then you're going to take notes in the column. Now, what do you think is more annoying, the highlighting or the notes? The notes. And that's what you're going to hate, but guess what's going to help you the most? The notes. All right, so you're only going to highlight the most important information. You don't need to highlight the entire book, so don't do it. So general remarks as revised in in 2019-2020, the AP World History Modern Exam now covers a much shorter time period than it used to, testing only material from 1200 to the present. This does not mean, however, the background information from earlier eras has lost all importance. Starting in media res in the middle of the story can be confusing without at least some understanding of what happened beforehand. Organized according to the AP course themes, this transitional Unit 0 foundation provides a brief survey of key concepts and essential points. Ladies and gentlemen, none of that is important, so I am not going to underline it. Perfect. All right. Governance in the geographic orientation. The map in the appendix at the end of this book will give you good sense of geographic labels preferred by the AP World History Modern course, so study it closely. Ladies and gentlemen, we've done that many times. That's your world regions. Do you remember on day 2 you had a map quiz? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. All right. So, am I going to underline that? Hell no. Complex forms of governments arose with the gradual appearance of the first cities and states between the Neolithic era and the emergence of the earliest civilizations. Okay, so complex forms of governments arose with the gradual appearance of the first cities. So I'm going to underline that. And so I underline the first. Complex forms of governments arose with the gradual appearance of the first cities between the Neolithic era. Okay. And the emergence of earliest civilizations. There we go. So in my column, I'm going to write first governments, okay, arose with first cities, Neolithic. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, am I writing in full and complete sentences? Hello? No. I'm simply taking what I just highlighted, simplifying it, and writing it down. So the first governments arose with the first cities in the Neolithic era. So going back to down here, pre-modern governments took many forms. So we have monarchy, oligarchy, and some became empires. So I'm going to write monarchy, which is a king / central rule. Oligarchy. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes. Oligarchy, which is small elite. And then we have empires. Okay, and this is military conquest. Okay, so I simply read, I highlight information, and then I make little notes on the column about it. That's it. Over the centuries, governments increased their effectiveness by devising a variety of state-building techniques, many of which remain standard today. Among these are state-building techniques, so I'm going to highlight that, are writing law codes, development of bureaucracies, tax collection, and a reliance on elites, and the creation of infrastructure, and the mobilization of labor, and the use of religion. So I'm going to write, okay, state building techniques, which are law codes, bureaucracies, tax collection, infrastructure, labor force, and religion. There you go. So, one way of categorizing governments is the degree to which they are centralized or decentralized. Centralized or decentralized? Well, we take centralized nation states for granted today. Many pre-modern societies were more loosely organized. So, think feudalism, a system based on a weak monarchs delegate much of their political power to elites. So, we have centralized. Okay. Which is strong central government. have decentralized, which is, an example would be feudalism. I'm going to put a star, it's a nice example. Weak central authority with power granted to others. Okay, you also, for decentralized, you also have the example of city-states. Okay, so feudalism, centralized or decentralized. I think feudalism, weak monarchs delegate most of their political power to the elites. Okay, or the division of city-states, which coexist cooperatively at the same time. Fiercely competitive. Many regions at various times call for unity. Another factor to bear in mind, both before and after 1200, is the interaction between sedentary and urban societies and migratory nomadic people. These relationships often involved war, conflict, but also play a crucial role in transfer ideas. So, interactions. I'm just going to simplify and write between all types of people. And this is going to transfer ideas, cause transfer of ideas, and tech. Although Unit 1 will introduce you to the political world of 1200 CE, it is worth knowing that some key states and empires that came beforehand, some of which proved permanently foundational in the regions they governed. Several places experienced classical periods. So I would start classical periods on the next page. So, as you can see, we're not highlighting the whole damn book. We are also not rewriting the book. Can we agree? Yes? Do not rewrite the book. We are simply just taking shorthand notes as we go. We're going to take lots of information and simplify it. Look at how long it took them to describe state building. Look at what we wrote. Law codes, bureaucracies, tax collection, infrastructure, labor force, religion. Okay? So, centralized, strong central government, decentralized. We simplified this whole paragraph into that. So, what we're trying to do here is we're just simplifying the information provided. That's it. So, it is going to take you more time than you think. It is going to take you more time than you think. It is going to take you more time than you think it will. I'm sorry to tell you that. It will. However, it is a skill. You'll get better and faster at it. It will also become easier for you. So please keep that in mind. And I'm not sure if you can hear me anymore because my computer is freezing. Can you hear me?
Every day.
What is the matter, Sterling?
I'm Pearson.
Pearson. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't hear. Sorry, my computer just totally froze. What's the matter, Pearson?
Wait till you got kicked off the thing.
Yeah, like you do it. And then you left.
I'm sorry. My computer hates me. I don't know what you want me to tell you. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to take you longer than you think. Can we agree? So, keep in mind, this is your only homework. This is your only assignment, really, except for vocab quizzes until the Wednesday of test week. That's it. That is the only thing you have to do for this class is to work on it. I would, if I was you, I would set a specific amount of pages to do per day. So I would figure out how many pages are due, page 49 to 134. You know I shouldn't be doing that type of math, so I'm not even going to try. Divide that up between how many days you want to work, and then I would set that as your goal every single day to do it. Because if you wait till the last minute, you are screwed. So make sure that you are doing exactly what you need to do, and make sure that you are following the requirements necessary. All right? So If you guys have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer. But that's it. So I'm telling you right now, your Barron's book is going to take you longer than you think. I will tell you the first section is going to take you longer than the following sections, just until you get into a groove and get into a habit for it. So any questions for me? Huh? What, Kyle?
One serious question. I'll go next.
What's up? Oh, what's up, Daniel? Yes, darling. Do you have you you have not looked at your scope and sequence, have you? That I passed out. Yeah, Daniel, you are living on the edge here. Yes, you have another writing week next week, darling. That is your last writing week for the rest of the year. You're totally done. In that massive pack of papers right before we left for break, Daniel, do you remember that? You know how you picked up like a ton of stuff? In that stack, you have a sheet of paper that says review, scope, and sequence, which I'm trying to pull up right now. It's called AP World, AP Modern Digital Review. I'm pulling it up right here in a second on the screen. Give me 2 seconds. It looks like this. So if you go through your stack, it tells you exactly what we're doing, my darling. It's not random, I promise. So week 29 was obviously what officially ended today. That was a writing week. This week is week 2 of review. So we're doing unit 0 and unit 1, pages 49 to 134. And then next week is a writing week. So that's why. And then you have it for the rest. Now, all of these for AP Modern, Daniel, all match up. So because I knew we were going to be testing on Wednesdays, so it all does match up. So if you take a look at this, it'll tell you exactly what you need to be doing every single day. Sounds good? Okay, and you have that piece of paper with you. So I would have it on your desk, guys. It does tell you exactly what day is due and what things are due. I also have that weekly instruction that I've been posting, which kind of breaks down exactly what we're doing by day in our Zoom videos and stuff like that. So, okay? So I'm trying to give you as much information so no one is kind of surprised or caught off guard, because that's not what I want. Predictability is best, especially in such uncertain times. All right. Any questions?
Yeah, I said on the vocab quizzes were open to everyone, but it just still won't let me take it.
Well, it's not all of them, Michael. It's not all of them. It's literally Monday's vocab quiz, Michael.
That's day 2, right?
Monday's was Monday is week 2. Yes. So if you click on Mondays, it's been open for everyone to have essentially 2 opportunities to take that vocab quiz, and it's open until Friday. I've had people make it up. Now, all of the vocab quizzes that you've missed, Michael, have not been opened. Only Monday. So keep in mind, guys, that there are deadlines, and especially because school is continuing to go. As long as school is still functioning, we're going to keep doing this. Does that make sense? The expectations will be there as long as we have an AP exam, which until Friday, on Friday we will officially know exactly what's happening with the AP exam. And school is continuing. If Hillsborough County shuts down for the rest of the year, then you do understand everything stops, correct? We're only doing this because we have an AP exam and grades need to continue to come in, which is why we're doing what we're doing. So you need to make sure that you are following those deadlines, guys. It's just like if you were in class. There are things due every single day. You have plenty of opportunity to see what you need, what you don't need, all of those different types of things. So please make sure you're staying on top of your assignments. AP World has been really great. AP Psych, I have a ton of holes. Now, if you're having technological issues or you're having issues with Wi-Fi at your house, reach out to me and we will make things work. However, if you're just sleeping through deadlines and you're just not doing anything, there's nothing I can do for you. Do we see the difference between the two? Yes? So if there is problems with technology at your house, or there's just too many people trying to get in, that's why your vocab quizzes have a 24-hour deadline to them, is so you can do them at off times and you don't have to be at one place at one time, because that's not fair, because I don't know what's going on in your house, and that's not the expectation. So you need to be making sure every single day you have something in AP World. And now you have a Barron's book that doesn't even require EDSB. Isn't that nice? I'm just giving you things to do, guys. Just kidding. We'd be doing this anyway. Alrighty. Questions, concerns, comments? All right. Well, if you don't have anything, I am going to head out and start my day living my best life on EDSB and grading and posting things. All right. Well, I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for, it was nice seeing all of your faces this morning. The Barron's book is going to take you longer than you think. You have a full week with it. I would break it up by day, ladies and gentlemen. Do not wait till the very end. Your soul will be crushed. All right. See ya. Have a good day, guys.